Today's guest is someone I've been following on Instagram for a while and someone who's pushing me in the right direction to do something I need to do more of these days: drink at dive bars. His name is Raf and he runs the Texas Dives Instagram account, and now we're going to discuss how he spends his Sundays. Raf, how you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me here today. Beautiful day today. I did not spend last night closing down a dive bar, so I feel pretty good.
That's good. That's good. I figure because you do run the Texas Dives account that you're no stranger to a hangover and maybe no stranger to some Sunday scaries every once in a while.
I have been known to dabble in some beers, so you know, don't get me wrong. I do get after it, but I think probably less than people think because I feel like I'm an active guy. I don't like slow mornings.
Hmm.
I don't like that vibe. I like
Yeah.
to get out the door. So there's a time and a place, and Saturday night is a good time to get tanked.
Well, if you wake up on Sunday, you're feeling a little rough, but you need to get out that door, what kind of outfit you throwing on that day?
Yeah, so I've gotten a lot of critique for this in the past from ex-girlfriends and such, but living in Texas, I like to do the double barrel no sleeve, kind of like a
Love it.
cutoff.
Love it.
You get the AC blowing all the way through, and some shorts, and getting out there. It's hot. It's hot down here, so
Oh, yeah.
you have to cool off.
Are you a coffee drinker?
Absolutely, coffee
How do
drinker.
you take your coffee?
I just black. I do love an americano.
Mhm.
Um, I love a nitro cold brew. But uh, yeah, I don't like. I've seen some wild orders online of like what people get at Starbucks, and I don't know. I never got down into that rabbit hole.
No, I one of the most responsible things I've ever done is avoid putting sugar in my coffee.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about that, and so I think you and I have similar ways when it comes to that. What's your go-to hangover cure? And this applies for both food and drink.
So I've done a lot of research in this department. And I think the data bears out that the best hangover cure for food wise is a pho or a ramen.
Mhm.
And the reason why I think this is because you have obviously the liquid to rehydrate you. You have some salt in the liquid to help retain the water. And you have carbs as well to kind of soak everything up. So studies actually show that like Gatorade like is better to rehydrate you than water, than just straight water because of like the little additional sodium and things
Yeah.
like that. So that's the way I'm going. I'm not going. I don't like a greasy burger or a pizza. Give me some soup. Big soup guy.
I'm very into that. We went through a big stage, you know, one winter where pretty much every hangover was cured with ramen from down the street, and it was a very good winter. It treated me very well.
Sounds fantastic. Yeah.
Are you a TV guy? Do you have anything that you binge on maybe a lazy Sunday every once in a while?
Yeah. So I do. I do like to do my Sunday activities before like 5-ish or so, and after 5, I like to like shut it down,
Mhm.
go into like reset mode. I gotta go into work, I gotta prep for work, I don't wanna be a mess at work. So, I got my Sunday night kind of TV lineup hopefully. Right now, it's Succession, big Succession head, I think you are too.
Mhm.
So, I'm very hyped for that, but also, I love watching movies and, uh I heard the director Ridley Scott, one of the greats, like he watches a movie every single night.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh man, well, I gotta watch like 2 or 3 at least a week and just pop one up a night. And like Sunday night movie, Sunday night Succession, Sunday night ramen. I mean,
Sounds perfect.
that's a good combo.
Do you have any travel shows that you gravitate toward? Just because, I mean, with Texas Dives, it's so much about traveling and the journey to go to these places. Do you have any travel shows that you kind of lean on?
Yeah, there's obviously, the the OG, the Michael Jordan of travel shows. You got the old school Bourdain episodes,
Mhm.
fantastic content there. I actually got to meet him one time back in the day,
Oh, that's
so
cool.
it was probably the cool. I mean, I'm not gonna top that. That was the coolest thing ever.
Did the "Never meet your heroes" mantra apply to that, or was he a good guy?
Yeah, I was very mindful of that, and I didn't want to like, because there was a lot of people there, and there was a lot of like media people there, and they
Mhm.
were like taking photos with him, and Anthony is he's a real guy. Like I've met celebrities where like they're just on. You meet them, they have this glow, and they're basically acting, right? But like with like Tony, like you could tell like he's like, man, how many more hours am I going to be here?
Yeah.
He's just like a guy. He's like, I want to get out of here too.
Yeah, I think that's why he was so relatable for a lot of
Yeah,
people. Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, I've only done reading about him. I feel like I've actually read more of his writing and stuff than I've actually watched on the shows, and I'm kind of like putting off the shows for a little bit for a time when I can like dive fully in. But yeah, I think that's why people gravitate towards him. I've always had a theory that he wouldn't like me because I was maybe a little softer than the people that he would hang out with, but I'm not even offended by that. I think I just understand.
That's what I was afraid of. That's why I shook his hand, said hi, and got out of there. I'm like, that's good. I'm not gonna, mess this up and like have him be like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, yeah. If I open your refrigerator right now, what would I see in there, and would you be proud of it?
No, it's ghastly scene. Do you think it's American Psycho shit? To be honest, like I don't have anything in there except for like fruits and vegetables for shake material, eggs, and I think some a frozen like pack of like weed gummies.
Well, you kind of already explained it because of the Succession, a movie, and some ramen. But if from start to finish, what does your ideal Sunday look like?
Great question. So living in Austin, let's say if I didn't go to look at some dive bars in West Texas or whatever, then I would be driving back on Sunday morning typically, and I would get back in the afternoon. But if I'm sticking around here, I want to go outside and feel the Texas air, and maybe lunch at Maddie's, one of my favorite spots, kind of like colonial mansion with peacocks. It sounds pretty fancy. It's not. It's a little less fancy than it sounds, but maybe go for a hike in the Greenbelt. Listen to the Sunday Scaries podcast on my iPhone and listen and go for a hike. Maybe go for a swim, whether that's Deep Eddy pool, which I really like. Doing some laps with the old timers. I'm inspired by them.
Yeah.
Like 50, 60, 70-year-old people who just go there all the time and still swim in great shape. So that they're awesome. And Barn Springs, and just spending time outside. Being from the Midwest, I watched so much football on Sundays, and now I don't watch at all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what changed?
Yeah.
I'm
kind of the same way. I watch more football on Saturdays these days just because it's more of a social thing. But when it comes to Sundays, I have kind of given up on it, and I do a lot more other things, especially because it's so distracting down here in Austin. It's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem to have. So,
well, Raph, thank you for joining the Sunday Scaries podcast. If somebody wants to go follow your journey at home, where can they follow you?
Catch me at Texas Dives, one word, on Instagram, and maybe maybe at a local dive.
Perfect. All right, we'll see everybody else next Sunday.